Group K has surely got to have one team as the favourites. Cameron, I know you are, having spoken to you previously, I know you are very confident in who is going to win Group K, but I think you actually have a little bit more faith in who are definitely going to be the group favourites, Portugal. I think you think they could go quite far.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the final. That's how far I think they can go.
Oh!
Yeah, like that's
that is far. That's proper far. I didn't think you meant that far.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So
tell me why, please.
Netherlands in one of the other group ones, but I think Portugal, coming from the other side, will be the one to watch as well. Because you're looking across the whole Portugal team. They've got the best midfield on paper in this tournament.
Yeah, that is completely fair. Yeah, I mean,
Vitinha, Fernandes, like you really cannot get much better. Again,
that's Premier League player,
maybe Spain,
I mean, that's player of the year, isn't it? Bruno Fernandes is player of the year in the Premier League. I mean, and you've got, that should say it all. I mean, in itself. But then you throw the other two in there.
Back to back Champions League winners, PSG. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's like you're looking at the rest of the team. Diogo Costa, solid keeper. João Cancelo, solid right back. Who always know. Ruben Diaz and Inicio, centre halves, great pair. Mendes, probably the best left back in the world still. I know we've had a bit of debate about him in previous videos, but
we have. But again, I'm always open to seeing what he can do, because I know the quality that he's got. I completely understand that. He will be one of the best.
And then you're looking at the attacking players, and afterwards, obviously Cristiano Ronaldo is a standout player.
Of course. Does he play? I don't know if he starts as much, or obviously the age that he is. Of course, it's his last World Cup, so he'll want to go and play more.
He'll want to play, but I think, depending on Portugal, I think he will be the reason if they fail. Purely because that's fair. And stubbornness, because obviously he wants to take all the free kicks, he wants to take all the penalties, which he is in every right to. But
yeah, penalties especially, free kicks maybe
fine.
not. I don't know about that.
I'd rather Fernandes take those set pieces instead of him, and just have him lurking in the box for a tap-in, which he's been great at as a poacher for many years, especially in the later stage of his career. So I think he'll be good. I think they've also got a nice Neto, Leao, Bernardo Silva as either attacking players. Like they've got such a good, well-rounded squad, and it's like this team is like you're looking at. I'm going to compare it to Argentina last year, where we thought that could have been Messi's last World Cup.
Yeah,
and
of course.
They want to win it for him. I think it's going to be the same this year at Portugal. They want to win it for Ronaldo to cement his legacy as one of the best players ever. And having that World Cup on his rap sheet would be, even take him back in the conversation with Messi as the best player of our generation.
I'm glad you said that, because I feel like I mean for me, I don't want to weigh in on this debate too early or whatever, but I mean for me, I feel like Ronaldo's stock has gone down since Messi won that World Cup, and I feel like again if Ronaldo does go and get that, we're back on that level playing field and having that conversation again. And I think for Portuguese football fans, I mean, having been to Lisbon and other places in Portugal, everything is Ronaldo, so they really do want their sort of like marquee man to go and get that final trophy that has eluded him. So we think they're going to go quite well, and I mean from your case there, I feel like I'm in agreement.
And you also got to think as well,
what happens with the rest of the group though? That's the interesting, because I think we probably assume that they beat everyone, do they?
Yeah, I think their toughest game would be against Colombia. Which is fair, because Colombia, again, like they've got such quality throughout their whole team. James Rodriguez is back for a World Cup, which I know a lot of people, including me, will be excited to see him again. But then I
didn't know he was in their squad, and now you've said that. That puts a smile on my face. Yeah, that's nice.
Their biggest player then is Luis Diaz, who has been probably top two left wingers so far this season. I think it's him and Kvaratskhelia, which are probably the top two right now. Just in general, like in the world, top left wingers. But again, like he's been brilliant, and it's a case of like, okay, how far can he take Colombia in this tournament? But then it's like, I'm looking at the rest of it. I think, Portugal, easy favourites. They've also won the Nations League recently, remember that as well. And
yes, they did, yeah.
I think it's also fair to mention that extra motivation because of Jota's death last summer.
Of course, yeah. It's going to be a really big factor. It is. I mean, I saw even a year ago when it happened in a sort of similar sort of time, I know that there was everything regarding the Club World Cup, and the Portuguese players that were in that tournament really did start to sort of kick up that little bit more as well, just because they wanted to play for that pride and you know, and for their former teammate as well. I mean, and I think that's a really big factor.
But then moving on to the other teams of the group, Congo, I think would be third place, because I'm looking at their team again, and it's like they've got a lot of good players. Like they've got Yohan Wissa from Newcastle, previously Brentford, who on his day can score a lot of goals. They've got Bakambu, who's been around for a while, still a solid striker. You know, who knows what back in the net is. But the defence, where I was actually looking, is like they've actually got a lot of good players. They've got a young kid called Apollo. If he plays, he's meant to be one of the next kind of like breakout goalkeepers to like come and play. But then they've also got the experience of Wan-Bissaka. They've got Mbemba, Chuanzebi, and Masuaku, who's played for West Ham. So like, they're names we know, and we know they have played at a good level. So I think that's also part of it as well. They've all got a midfielder, Sadiki, as well for Sunderland, who has been good as well. So it's like all round they've got a decent team. Who in another year they could have got a more favourable draw and finished second in their group, but because they're playing against Portugal and Colombia, their best bet is to try and sneak into the third spot again over Uzbekistan, who only really have two standout players that we know or could know.
Do we?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I know it's a weird one, but you all know Kuzanov from Man City.
Yeah, the centre half. He's the only one I could think of. I don't know who the hell the other one is.
The other one who's been around Europe, I think most famously he was at Roma for a good bit and had a decent spell there. I'll probably butcher this now. Shumarodov. He's a striker. He's 30 years old, but he scores a goal every game for his country. So those are the two. I
think I played football with his brother once. I don't know anything more.
Something started flying behind me. I'm just choosing to ignore it. But the rest of the team, I haven't got a clue who they are. And I'm even like on the website I'm using for these, you can see where they play, and I don't even know where half of these teams are, let alone how to pronounce their names. Well, one of them plays in Turkey actually, but the rest of them, do you know where Paktokor is?
No, I've
not
never
a clue.
Heard of it.
I'm guessing it's in Uzbekistan. You've got a couple UAEs, you've got one guy playing in Iran. Like it's
they're not the squad of others, which I think is fair.
Unknowns coming into it for a lot of people for Uzbekistan, which is probably why a lot of people also think, like me, will finish bottom of the group. I think it's great that they managed to get to their first World Cup. The one thing as well which could benefit them is a Ballon d'Or winner is actually their head coach.
Oh, go on, who?
Mr. Fabio Cannavaro.
Yes.
So.
Yes, he was a good footballer.
He was a good footballer. He's probably the only defender I know to win the Ballon d'Or after his World Cup in 2006. But if he can translate any of his defensive stuff into this team, they will be stubborn and hard to beat, which will frustrate a lot of the teams. They are playing the Netherlands tonight in a friendly or at time recording, so we might be able to figure out a bit more how they play against the bigger team. But again, I don't have much hope for him. I think Congo finished third, and I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak in to as one of the 8 of 12 teams to qualify. I think it's Portugal first, Colombia second, Congo third, Uzbekistan fourth. And
you don't think? Obviously, I know we're talking about Colombia. You don't think there is any chance that the Democratic Republic of Congo do manage to sneak into second? Because I mean, first and fourth are nailed on for me.
They would have to. I think they'd have to draw against Colombia, and then batter Uzbekistan on the last day. Because
the interesting one, why I say it, is just the way that the games are going. I see that Colombia play Portugal last, and the Democratic Republic of Congo play Uzbekistan, who might already be out, and it might. I don't know. Maybe you get half a chance, but I mean, again, with the players that you mentioned for the Democratic Republic of Congo, defensive-minded players who definitely can go and cause problems for attacking-minded teams, and if that is Colombia's best strength. I mean, I'm not certain that game goes exactly how you think, but I mean, first and fourth is nailed on. those two in the middle is a bit of a throw up. I think, again, based off of what we know previously, I feel like we go Colombia to finish second in this group and then go on for Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah, I think it's... but on the flip side then, I think it could also be like Group H, where you have two teams both on 6 points after the 2 match days, with Colombia, Portugal, and then you just see how the other two do on the final day.
Fair enough.
So I think that it's one of the... I wouldn't say it's one of the least exciting groups, but it's definitely another one you could predict comfortably.
With all due respect, Cameron, looking at the teams that are in front of me, this does look like one of the least exciting groups.
Yeah. I think the Portugal-Colombia game would probably be the most exciting to see who finishes top. But even at that point, they could easily turn around like, well, we both got 6 points, we both know we're qualified.
Shut up, let's just go. Yeah,
let's just rest. And
it's a longer tournament.
It is.
We're talking about Portugal going to the latter round as well. Like, someone like Ronaldo, with all due respect to him, being the age that he is, will we be that surprised to actually... No, will we be that surprised where Portugal and Colombia in that last game turned around and went, actually, we're both going to put out smaller sides because we know we're going to go through into that next round. Particularly for someone like Portugal, that's very well doing for someone like Ronaldo or one of your bigger stars as well, because what is it essentially now going to be 8 games the whole way through if you make it from start to finish in this tournament? That's a lot of games to play in the space of 4 weeks. So, yeah, I do think there's half a chance. But to round it off, we are going Portugal first. We're going to go for Colombia second. And then Democratic Republic of Congo third and Uzbekistan fourth.